Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. This is our 466th graduation here at the Oregon campus. Yeah. Thank you for joining us, those of you that are watching virtually and those of you that made it in person. We're glad to have you back here in person. And we just want to welcome you today. And we're going to be celebrating our 4 clients that are graduating today. And before we meet them, I want to thank all the different groups that made it possible today to be here. So first, I'd like to thank our puppy raisers. Yeah. Please raise your hand if you're a puppy raiser. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So our puppy raisers help us prepare these special dogs for their jobs, and we couldn't do it without them. And we really appreciate all the work they do. We seriously couldn't do it without them. There's so much that goes into raising these dogs to prepare them for these jobs. They have to be comfortable in all environments, be comfortable with noises and all different kinds of people and animals, and that takes a lot of socialization. So they take them everywhere with them, and we can't replicate that. So thank you guys so much. We also thank our donors. They give us we provide a lifetime of support to all of our clients, and we don't receive any federal funding, so we appreciate all of our donors for making it possible to have this amazing organization and provide lifetime support for our clients. And we also thank our volunteers. We have a whole army of volunteers that do all kinds of jobs here at Guide Dogs for the Blind, from our gift shop to helping prepare the dog food in the morning. They walk the dogs during the day. And also our employees who also put in lots of hours to make this possible. So thank you to all those groups. And I forgot to mention, one of our donors is the Carl E. Wynn Foundation from Los Angeles, California, and they are sponsoring one of our teams today. So I'll make sure to thank them, as they might be watching today. Yeah. And we are going to show you a short video about our program before I introduce you to the instructors and the clients.
Logos, Guide Dogs for the Blind and Guide Dogs for the Blind International.
Hello, I'm Noah Wiley.
A mama nurses a litter.
There's a special magic about Guide Dogs for the Blind.
Puppy bellies and wiggling tails.
Some might say it's the dogs.
Puppies squirm in a pile.
These courageous guides who change people's lives.
2 black puppies at a gate. Outside, a woman hugs her guide dog.
There's magic in the people, too.
A man walks with his dog. An older puppy licks a woman's cheek.
Like the volunteer puppy raisers.
Volunteers with puppies.
Who socialize and care for puppies in their homes.
Out walking in their neighborhood.
Encouraging them to explore new surroundings.
Riding the train.
And giving them love and guidance.
In the park.
To help prepare them to be a guide dog.
And in a group at the airport.
And, when it's time, part ways so that the puppy they have raised can go on to change someone's life.
A team on a city sidewalk.
When dogs return to our campuses, our world-class instructors work their magic to maximize each dog's potential to become highly skilled, smart, and loving companions.
Instructors with dogs.
Teaching each dog how to safely guide someone who is blind or visually impaired through the world. When they're at home.
Relaxing by a fireplace.
Hiking.
On a forest trail.
Visiting friends.
At a picnic table.
Catching a plane.
Navigating baggage claim.
Heading downtown.
In a city crosswalk.
Across town.
Along a riverfront.
Taking public transportation.
At a train station.
Or heading to work.
Riding an escalator.
They will even disobey a command if it means keeping their handlers safe.
People with guides in their neighborhoods.
Those who are on the other end of the harness might say the magic is there, moving freely through the world with ease, confidence, and independence. Along the way, helping them develop new relationships, connect with new people, building stronger, more compassionate communities.
A group of people with their guide dogs in Chinatown.
We know there is magic in these partnerships.
A woman hugs her dog.
The bonds that are formed.
Another kisses her dog's head.
The places they go.
A group of people and guide dogs at the Golden Gate Bridge.
The dreams that come true.
A woman leads small boys on a walk with her dog.
It's in the care.
Playing in a yard.
The friendship.
A woman pets a dog.
The lifetime of love.
Lying in her lap.
It's the ability to live a fuller life without limits.
A woman scales an indoor climbing wall.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, you are part of an amazing community that works together to make these partnerships possible at no cost to our clients.
Vets give checkups.
A community that helps us care for the health of our dogs over their lifetime. A community that provides the necessary training to help prepare potential clients for the guide dog lifestyle.
Instructors with clients.
A community that gives children in our youth programs the opportunity to experience the magic of a guide dog, to see if having a dog may be right for them.
Children interact and play with dogs.
A community that makes dreams of inclusion, enhanced confidence,
Clients walk with dogs.
mobility, independence, and companionship come true.
A man with his dog on the beach.
That's the magic of guide dogs for the blind.
Share an orange sunset.
And it's all because of you.
He hugs his dog. Blackout. Logos. Guide Dogs for the Blind and Guide Dogs for the Blind International. The light fades to black.
So I want to introduce the instructors that worked with this class. We have Jessica Osborne and Rachel Chamness. And Lanny Joe Bachman, who couldn't be here today, and Rachel is going to introduce the clients.
All right, thank you. Well, first I want to say thank you for coming today. But I also wanted to thank another group of people that are here today, and that's the Canine Welfare Training Technicians. Many of them are sitting in the back there. They care for the dogs when they're in the kennels. They give them love. They take them for walks. They take care of whatever medication or medical needs they might have. So again, it's another piece of the big wheel. So thank you so much for everything you guys have done. You guys made our job so easy, so thank you. Yeah. And I know I'll get another opportunity too, but I also want to personally thank this particular class for all of the hard work and the dedication they put into making it work with their brand new dog. I know it wasn't easy, so thank you guys for all of the work you guys put in the last 2 weeks. All right, so it is my pleasure to introduce to you the 466th graduating class of Oregon. First up is Mr. Rocky Camp of San Diego, California. He is a retired veterinarian, and he lives with his wife, Kim. He has 4 daughters and 5 grandchildren, whom he enjoys spending time with. He also enjoys long-distance tandem bicycling and participates in open water swimming races, which I told him I think sounds absolutely terrifying. But so today he is receiving his first guide dog, Vespa. She is a female yellow Labrador retriever raised by Deb Cox of Sequim, Washington. And just make sure you hold it right up next to you.
Hello. I didn't think I'd be this nervous. All I have to do is say thank you. This morning, Vespa and I had a real long talk, and she told me something that was a little bit embarrassing. And that is, I need to tell you as instructors that she cheated on some of her written exams. So I'm not sure if we deserve a diploma. But seriously, I would like to share that, and I'm sure my classmates will agree, that often being blind or visually impaired a lot of the time sucks. But I have to say, sometimes it has its benefits. And one of the benefits is you get to be invited to stay at the GDB 5-star resort, which is really what it's been like for me. Meeting the instructors, my classmates, the incredible food that we've had, and of course, the instruction has been magnificent. I'd like to share an experience that I had on one of our training days. And I was with Jessica, and I'm not sure if Jessica's up here, but she had been training Vespa and I, with Margie supporting us as well. And they had told us, the instructors, that one of the things that we would have available to us that was optional was to do a nighttime route. And it was a route that we had done a few times before. And having retinitis pigmentosa, which I have, one of the treats I have is I have total night blindness. And I was scared, you know-less, and but I was not going to act like I was scared because my classmates both consented to doing it. And I thought, I'm not going to let this young Texan and this woman from Canada beat me. And so I decided I'd go, even though I was really frightened. And when we walked out the front door, I was shaking. And it wasn't shaking from being cold. I was scared. And I remember telling Vespa forward, and she did it in her usual confident way. And by the time we made it the third of the way, I thought, you know what? She really knows what she's doing. I don't have to lead her. And about halfway, a big fire truck went by, screaming loudly, jarred me, and she just kept working. Didn't faze her in the least. We passed a few homeless people, didn't faze her. About 3/4 of the way, I started relaxing. And I thought, I don't have to be fearful anymore. I'm going to get emotional. About 90% of the way, we came to a defect in the sidewalk, and Jessica had taught me how to teach Vespa to stop at such places. And she stopped on a dime. And it told me, Rocky, you have nothing to fear. And I went from feeling fearful to feeling elation. And we got back to the front door of the facility, and Vespa, as she always does, she tapped the door with her nose to let me know we were home. And I realized that my fear had gone to elation, joy, and this feeling that I was free. I had my companion, I had my safety net, and I was going to be okay. And I turned to Jessica, and she said, with a smile on her face, she said, "How did it go?" And I have to admit, I burst into tears. I wrapped my arms around her, and I said, "Thank you for changing my life." And that's how I feel for all of you, especially you, for making this all possible, you and Tom. And thank you to GDB. Thank you.
How do I follow that? I'm not really sure how I'm going to follow that, Rocky. But I'm glad you got tearful because I know I will. In the past, I've always had to write something because there's no way I would remember what I was going to say about this wonderful dog. So I will see if I can get through this without getting too tearful. Ooh, grateful. I'm grateful for the year we raised Vespa. Sorry. We had lots of fun with her name, aka Scooter. We have lots of pictures of her with Vespas. Funny entertainment with this silly girl, often seeing her under her dog bed instead of on top. Not to mention all her crazy yoga positions when on tie down. And I'm sure a lot of puppy raisers can relate to that. Yet serious when training and socializing. Great times in Seattle, Victoria, BC, and on the trails on the Olympic Peninsula. Smelling tulips, exploring new places with Mom. Always ready to go. Tell me to breathe, right? Preschool visits with 4 and 5 years old, traveling on ferries, water taxis, the monorail, and buses, and even walking in our annual Irrigation Festival parade. Vespa loved playtime with her best buddy, our career change golden, Bronte, who is our mentor dog, yet always loved her cuddle time with Mom and Dad. As a puppy raiser, as you all can relate, you often hear, "How can you give them up?" and today is why. Knowing the joy that you related to, independence, and confidence she will bring to Rocky, that's why I continue to raise. Vespa's puppy number 14. I have number 16 at home. I'm so proud to know Rocky and how lucky Vespa is to be his new companion and guide. Happy times are ahead for you, Rocky, and your family, with Vespa now part of your family. Peace and joy be with you all. I want to give a shout out to our puppy raising club in Sequim, Washington. And as you all know, it takes a village to raise each puppy. And to the Sequim Lions Club and all those that have donated to our club that have helped offset our expenses as our club. Thank you.
All right. I might need a tissue. Next up, we have Miss Claire Farmer of Lacey, Washington. Her favorite pastimes are crafting, shopping, and being outside enjoying nature. Her personal goal is to one day move to California to help clean up the beaches. Today, she is graduating with her first guide, Doc, a male black Labrador retriever raised by Skylar Morris of League City, Texas, and Laura Schroeder of Roanoke, Texas.
I would like to thank my trainer, Lonnie Joe, and Doc's Puppy Racers, and Guide Dogs for the Blind for giving me my best friend. Thank you.
I definitely wrote something because I don't think I'd remember what I was going to say, but I also have a letter from my mom that she wrote because she helped me raise Doc. Doc was the most amazing first puppy in training I could have asked to raise. From the moment he walked through my front door at 4.5 months old, I knew he was going to do amazing things. He had an amazing start in the Houston group before he was transferred to me. He was with me for almost exactly a year and was recalled last year on April 2nd, so we're about a week away from that being exactly a year. And throughout that time together, we went on so many great adventures together. He was with me when I graduated high school and started college at our local community college. He absolutely loved working and going on outings and learning new things. He's always been the best cuddle buddy. He always knows how to make you laugh. He likes to roll around on his back and show his teeth, his big smile. He's the most hardworking dog I know, and whenever I put his puppy coat on, he knew exactly what to do and that he was working. When I got the call that he was being recalled, I had mixed emotions because it was a very emotional but exciting day, 'cause I knew he was going to do big things and couldn't wait to figure out what path he chose. From the moment you get to know one of these amazing puppies, you know it's going to be hard to give them back. But I was also just so happy to see where he was going to end up. He returned to campus, and I couldn't have been more excited that he has finally found his forever person. I wish you both the best, and I'm so happy that you now get to go through life's ups and downs together, and that Doc will be able to give you all the love and support and cuddles you could ask for. My mom wrote that after joining our local GDB club, the South Lake group in Texas, and volunteering as puppy sitters for almost 10 months, my daughter and I were super excited to get our own guide dog puppy to raise, a handsome black lab being transferred from the Houston club. Like any 4-month-old puppy, Doc had a couple of issues to work on, but we realized early on that he was a truly special dog. His attention and caring nature was apparent wherever he went, and he was quick and eager to learn. When he put his vest on, he was all business and seemed to understand that he was training for a very special purpose. He certainly liked to kick back and play with his jolly ball and give cuddles when he was off duty, though. Being legally blind in my left eye myself, I found it a bit of a challenge to work on training with a dog on my left side. However, Doc seemed to pick up on my shortcomings rather quickly and adapted to what I could and couldn't do. My daughter Laura and I did a great job raising him, and I'm very proud of them both. While we all miss Doc dearly, we know that he will take great care of his forever partner, Claire. He's our perfect boy, and we are so proud of the guide he has become. We couldn't have asked for a better first puppy to raise. We love you, Doc.
All right. Next, we have Mr. Corbin Neely of Turkey, Texas. He lives in a full household of 6 pet dogs, which consists of 4 pugs, 1 English bulldog, and a bloodhound. He is starting his own welding business, which is called Blind Eye Wood and Metal. Corbin volunteers with his local fire department and remains active in other volunteering opportunities throughout his community. Today, he is receiving his first guide, Cobalt. So we got Corbin and Cobalt. Male black Labrador Retriever raised by Mason and Madison Hansen of Salt Lake City, Utah, Ann Nomer of Salt Lake City, Utah, Christina Dawson, Jane, and Lily Evans of Mountain Green, Utah.
Hi, my name's Corbin Neely. I am from Turkey, Texas, and I just want to thank everybody here at GDB. This process has been a long 3 years, and I didn't think that it was ever going to come. And when I got the call from, was it Margie? Yeah, probably Margie. When I got the call, I just broke down into tears, and I called my mom and dad crying, and that month and a half couldn't go by fast enough, and now that it has, and we're here at graduation, I can't thank Rachel enough, and I can't thank everybody here enough for what they've done. We've had a phenomenal time, and Mr. Cobalt is my new best friend. He is a wonderful boy. So thank y'all, and thank you, Puppy Raisers, for everything that y'all did for him.
Just want to thank Guide Dogs. Sorry if I cry. But Cobalt is literally just everybody's best friend. And after meeting Corbin and talking with him, I know for sure that this match is meant to be and that they're seriously going to be best friends for life. Cobalt loves to play, but he also loves to work. And he's literally just the best boy, and just so lucky to have met him and to have met Corbin, and just thankful for this whole experience. But we love you, Cobalt, and he's going to do so good in Texas, and we're just really excited.
Cobalt always liked to play. The first time I saw him, the one thing that I
As you can tell, this is her first puppy. We're very grateful for Guide Dogs for the opportunity. When I was about her age, I started raising guide dogs, and I raised 2 guide dog puppies, and neither of them made it. So this is our first opportunity to be at a graduation. It's a great opportunity. It's so awesome to see what these dogs do and the lives that are changed. And we're just grateful to be able to be part of this and for the opportunity. And we're so excited for Cobalt. We can tell, as Maddie said, it looks like it's a perfect match, and they're going to be best friends. And we're really excited to see what the good that he's going to do, and we're happy to have been a small part of it.
All right, last but not least, we have Mrs. Marilyn Rushton of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. She is a retired teacher of students that are blind or visually impaired, and she lives with her husband, Ken, and together they have two adult sons and 3 grandchildren. Marilyn is a member of several choral musical groups, including a vocal trio called the Olds Broadsway and Vancouver City Soul Choir. She is also a mentor teacher for new teachers in training and serves as a facilitator for Active Living Network. This is an organization that supports individuals who are blind and visually impaired to stay active. Today, Marilyn is receiving her 6th guide dog, Little Lima, a female yellow Labrador retriever raised by Carrie and Reed Williams of Boulder, Colorado, and Kathy Baker of Longmont, Colorado.
Thank you, Rachel. Good afternoon, everyone. You may have figured this out already, but Lima's nickname is Lima Jean the Jumping Bean, and that was not the name that I gave her. She already came with this one when I got her. Now, come on, down you go. Come on, Lima, down. That's a good girl. Stay. There we are. So this is my life, and I love it. And her other nickname is Jack in the Box. If I call her Jack, you'll know why. I was trying to figure out this morning in what order I should thank the many people that have brought this partnership to fruition. And I realized that without every single one of the people that have been involved in Lima's life up to this point, this could not have happened. So in no particular order of importance, because each one is absolutely vital, I would like to thank Carrie and Reed Williams. And it's very exciting because they flew all the way in from Boulder, Colorado for this graduation, and I'm just delighted that they're here. And Kathy Baker is in Scotland, and I said, what, you're not flying back? But we had a lovely FaceTime. Lima, can you just lie down? Down you go. Lima Jean the Jumping Bean, I love her to pieces. Good girl, stay. Yep, this is me. And she is an incredible guide. She brings the energy that you see, she brings to her guide work. And she's just going down the street. I just love this feeling of independence that we haven't had for a while. And she's just a beautiful little girl. So Carrie and Reed and Kathy, everyone has just done such a wonderful job of helping her to learn what she needed to do. Come on, down you go. Lima, down. Good girl. Stay. Bring out the big guns. Good girl. Stay. Good girl. And I would also like to thank Jessica, who has not only trained Lima, but she trained me. And Jessica is so skilled that maybe the two of us can get this thing done. And Margie, our wonderful class supervisor, who supported us all the way through these last 2 weeks, and we have worked hard, believe me, we have. And Rachel, who provided support and comments, and whenever I needed extra help, any one of the team members that was around was always willing to lend a hand, give me a suggestion. And I want to thank our classmates, Rocky, Corbin, Claire, and our apprentice Meredith, who also provided tremendous support and encouragement, and Guide Dogs for the Blind for, once again, giving me an opportunity to work with a beautiful, intelligent, and capable guide dog. I thank you all for being here and for supporting this wonderful organization, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you to everyone for this beautiful girl that I have. I love her to pieces.
Marilyn, it is a pleasure and a privilege to stand here on the stage with you and Lima and to see this amazing partnership unfold. I actually loved you the moment I talked to you on the phone. it's great to have a friend in a partner for our Lima, and we all think about this day. We don't talk about it because we don't want to jinx ourselves, but this is what we all think about when we get up in the morning to relieve these pups, and when we instill in them all the confidence and the love that they are born to play out in their lives. It's really a joy to see you two together. I want to call out a very special person in Lima's life and a good friend of mine, Kathy Baker, who is watching this live from Scotland. Kathy has been for almost 3 weeks now working in cold and wet and rain on her family farm. She's a fourth generation member of a farm, and she is out there for lambing season, and she is in charge of the well-being of several hundred lambs. And so we really wish she were able to be here today. We talked about it, and unfortunately she couldn't get back. But we miss you, Kathy. We love you. Lima is doing great, and it's really, really a thrill to see these two together. So, Kathy, you've got a guide graduating with a Canadian passport. Congratulations.
And now, as always, this little girl settles down right when everything's just wrapping up.
She just has to keep things interesting, you know.
Definitely, and she does.
All right. Well, congratulations, OR466. I'm going to hand the mic back over to Margie.
So we're going to do a little guide work demo, and I just have to say to you guys, class, I'm so proud of you. And you guys got me this year. Like, I'm over here crying at everybody's thing, but I've been here a long time, and in pretty much every graduation, I feel that same way. It's just really proud of you, and just to see how much you've grown and how independent you are working with your dogs, and it's just really a thrill to see that and experience it with you and just feel like I'm part of it. So I wish you happy trails, and I ask you to keep in touch and let us know how you're doing, and we love to hear from you. So congratulations. So people come from all over North America and to train with their dogs here at Guide Dogs for the Blind in Boring. And besides street training, they receive workshops ranging from animal learning theory to TSA airport simulation. And one such workshop teaches our clients the principles of clicker training. Today, Jessica and her dog Button will demonstrate how this technique has been tailored in order to enhance the work and relationship of our graduates and their partners. During formal training, our dogs learn most of the skills involved with guide work via clicker training. This training entails communicating to the dog using a click, and it lets the dog know that the behavior they are doing is correct. The clicker makes communication much more consistent and timely than praise or food alone. And we start off by pairing food with the sound of the click. Once the dog understands that the click means food is coming, we can then pair the click with a behavior. For example, when they're doing something like stopping for a curb, they get a click. They think food, and they're likely to want to stop for other curbs in anticipation of getting rewarded. Jessica is going to demonstrate how our clients use the clicker to teach their dogs how to find a bench. Button has already been taught to touch Jessica's hand. Whenever she touches her hand, Jessica clicks to let her know she's correct, and she gets a food reward. Jessica will now use her hand to show Button that the bench is the new target. To get a dog to find a bench, we use a method called back chaining. And it makes an otherwise complicated skill more easy by breaking it down. In this case, what we want her to do in the end is to find the bench from across the room. Accuracy and enthusiasm to find the bench tells Jessica that Button understands her job. And by back chaining, we've simplified this complex task. And as you can tell, she's enjoying it. You know, it makes it fun for them. They can't wait to find something. Sometimes they find things we don't want them to find, but most of the time they're correct. All right, and so the next step is for Jessica to pick up the harness handle from a short distance and have Button work to the bench, where she'll receive a nice reward. She's like, let's go around. It's an obstacle today. And now she can add a little distance. Nice job. And do you want to try it from the stairs? We'll do a little further? Okay. So this simple targeting technique can be widely used by the grads in their home area. They can use it for teaching their dogs how to find all kinds of things like an ATM machine, a crosswalk button, bus stops, chairs, of course, and all kinds of things that are at their front door. Yay, Button! Very nice. Thank you. So Jessica will stay up here if anyone wants to come up after and ask questions. She'll be available for a few minutes. Please check our website for future events, guidedogs.com. And if you're interested in volunteering, working here, or making a donation, or if you know anyone that could benefit from our services, please feel free to ask any of the staff here today or visit our website. And please, those of you that are here in person, join us out in the lobby for refreshments and in the gift shop. And thank you for coming today.